Hello everybody, thank you so much for stopping by my channel, Shave in Solitude. My name is Siraj and today we are going to be doing a review of the Pearl Semi-Slant razor. Now this is my second video in my slant razor series, and the first one which I did was the timeless slant, which I think is a phenomenal razor for somebody just wanting to dip their toes into the world of slants. Now in the similar way, this Pearl Semi-Slant is talked about as, again, in terms of marketing, it's talked about as a semi-slant, so people might feel that it's a very easy slant razor to go ahead and get into. So this video is going to go a little bit more into the details of those claims and see whether this is a razor that you should pick up if you're just beginning your journey into slant razors. So before we move further into the video, let me go ahead and share some specifications about the razor. So as you saw in the specifications, $20 for this razor seems like a steal, seems like a great price, and it is, so which might cause a lot of people to jump onto this particular razor. But there are a couple of caveats I think I should share. The very first thing is, when I was getting into the slant razor journey, this is one of the first razors which I picked up, and it is one of the razors which I returned. Now the reason for that being, although there are no proper specs on the Pearl shaving website, the blade exposure on this particular razor is in reality positive. Not sure whether you guys can see it. So that is why in our hobby we talk about it's not only the blade gap which matters, but it's the blade exposure which dictates how much of the blade you're going to feel on the face. And this razor to me is something which gives a positive blade exposure. Now, which means it is not very beginner friendly. You need to have a good grasp on technique, pressure, before you can go ahead and leverage this particular razor. That's number one. Number two is, in terms of the overall balance of this razor, as you saw, the handle is stainless steel, the head is zinc alloy, and it makes this razor top heavy. Now, I never like razors which are top heavy because I find them difficult to control. I have to hold it much closer to the point of maximum weight, which in this case becomes the top part of the razor or the top part of the handle. So that is again something which I do not like about the razor. The third thing is, I feel that the razor's handle is too slim for one to get a proper grip. Yes, there is knurling on the razor, but again, it's made of this satiny kind of finish, which I don't think is the best in terms of grip when you're trying to grip a razor. But having said that, how does the razor shave? Well, that is what you guys are here for. So let's start with the shave. For the purposes of the soap today, we will be using A&E Soir Noir, which I believe is their inspired by take of Drakkar Noir. For the blade, we have loaded up the razor with a brand new Gillette Silver Blue. So let me get lathered up and let's begin the shave. Alright guys, let's get started. So just remember, in this razor, this zinc alloy head really retains heat very well. Now it's both a good thing and a bad thing. If you are using extremely hot water, what it'll do is, as soon as you've washed the razor, you put it on your face, you're going to go ahead and get almost like a burn. So, I mean, you won't get a burn, but you will feel the heat and your reaction might be to move your hand. So just be careful on that particular point. Alright, let's start with the first pass with the grain north to south with minimal pressure, because remember, this razor has a positive blade exposure. I can definitely feel the blade. That's why the pressure that I'm using is minimal. But the extremely long handle is making it difficult for me to balance it with my pinky over here. Yeah, but it was able to go ahead and take off the beard. I think the Gillette Silver Blue is a good match for this razor. And although the shaving cream did not provide the richness that I was looking for, the slickness is fine. It's not the best, and that is what I've generally noticed in the A&E shave creams. And I have a bunch of them. Again, all paid for by myself, nothing was sent to me. So that I have a little bit more skin in the game, so to speak. Okay, we're done with pass 1. Let's wash up and come back for pass number 2. Alright, let's go ahead and do the second pass, east to west. So I don't know if you guys have seen the free tracker on Google Sheets that I have created. Where you can put your own soaps and razors and give them a rating based on what you felt. So that, if you have multiple razors, if you've got multiple creams, it's just something for you to be able to see which one is the one that you actually like. And I know, going back to that sheet. So on the razor page, what I'll do is I'll add a column for best blades to go along with a particular razor. I think that should help you refine your choice of razor and the blade pairing with it easily. So I will go ahead, I will add that. And just in case you guys are wondering what the heck am I talking about, I'll leave a link to the video where I talked about the tracker, and I'll leave a link to the tracker below this video as well. Yeah, the other thing that I was saying is it may feel I'd have absolutely no lather, but that is not true. The residual slickness from the lather is still there, although the lather in terms of volume of what you can see might have died off. And this is where things like, pressure or lack thereof plays a key role. And what it also means is that you don't need so much lather falling off your face to get a good shave. You need slickness, you need a good razor, you need a sharp blade, and to combine all of it and work well, you need the technique, which again, just with time, you will get there. If you shave once every couple of days, or if you shave daily, just a matter of time before you're able to perfect it. All right, I'm going to wash up and come back for pass number 3. So because of the blade exposure on this one, when you're doing the third pass, south to north, try to ride the cap so make sure that the cap is touching your skin more than this angle. So you have to just change the angle a little bit. Okay. All right. Again, guys, try to write the cap. What I will also do in that sheet is I will add one more column to say if you need to write the cap on the third pass. So just something that you can remember next time you're choosing one of your razors. What's the razor rating that you have? What's the best blade pairing that you have? And whether you need to write the razor cap in order to get this third pass going. Okay, this is really dried up. I need to apply a little bit more cream. All right, let's get this done. Still trying to get slight and they come here. Yeah, this beard area is a little tough, guys. We're good. Let's wash up. Let's do the alum test and see how is it that we did. So we have washed up completely BBS, guys. There is no need for any kind of touch up for me, which is great. Let's see how does the alum feel. Yeah, a little bit of tingling here, always. Yeah, a little bit of tingling in this area where I typically need to blade buff, as you guys saw. So blade buffing is that multiple small motions trying to make the area completely clean. But it's not like, oh my god, I can't take it kind of a thing. I think on a scale of 5, it's like 0.75 or 1. So we're going to leave the alum on for 30 seconds, come back, wash up, and then let me share my final thoughts with you guys regarding the Pearl Semi-Slant razor. So we are back. So my final rating, subjective rating on the Pearl semi-slant razor. I'll show that to you in the next screen. So I think the razor is a good razor with some of the caveats that I mentioned regarding the balance of the razor, regarding the smoothness of the finish on the handle and how thin and how long it is, depending upon whether you have large, small or medium hands. I have medium hands. And also the fact of blade exposure. Please do keep that in mind. If you are a beginner, I don't suggest this razor if you're just starting off your journey in wet shaving, or you're just starting off the small sub journey into slant razors. I would say try a different slant, probably like I mentioned in my previous video, the timeless slant. I think it's a great place for people to start. You can move to this, given the price point, seems perfect sense to want to go ahead and pick it up. But my suggestion is take baby steps. This is a good razor, as you saw. Gave me a completely BBS shave, a 3-pass shave with no requirement of a touch-up, but it requires a little bit more technique. If you already have the technique, then this is a good razor for you to pick up. Well, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys liked the video and you found it helpful. If you did, I would love for you to leave a comment and a like. It definitely helps me. So till the next week, please take care, have a great week, and bye-bye.